All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about something pretty unique, a framework for business leaders who feel like something's missing, like strategy alone just isn't cutting it anymore. We're going to explore what's called Vedic intelligence.
So think about this quote for a second. For so long, business has been all about strategy, right? The best plan, the best execution. But what if that's not the whole picture anymore? The idea here is that in today's world, the real secret sauce, the thing that gives you an edge, is alignment. It's about getting every single piece of your business humming in perfect harmony.
And this right here, this is the question that keeps a lot of leaders up at night. You've got this amazing strategy. You've got a great team, but you're still hitting wall after wall. It feels like you're fighting against something you can't even see. So, the big question is, how do you find those invisible roadblocks?
And that's where this concept of Vedic intelligence comes into play. Now, I want to be super clear here. We're not talking about some vague mystical philosophy. This is presented as a very practical, very structured framework. Its entire goal is to create that deep, powerful business alignment we were just talking about.
Okay, so what is this, really? And just as important, what is it not? This isn't your typical off-the-shelf consulting gig. Far from it. Think of it more like precision guidance. It's a confidential, high-level advisory service that's completely tailored to you and your business.
And because it's so specific, it's really designed for the people at the very top. You know, the ones making the big calls. We're talking about founders, CEOs, and those entrepreneurs who are all in on growth, but not just any growth, sustainable, stable growth.
Okay, let's really define this term Vedic intelligence. In a business sense, what does it actually mean? Well, think of it as a framework that helps you spot the hidden patterns, the invisible currents that are affecting your company's performance. We're talking about things you might not even consider, like when you launch a product, how your office space is physically arranged, or even those weird recurring team conflicts that just don't seem to have a logical cause. It's all about learning to see the subtle energies that influence everything from your bottom line to your biggest strategic moves.
Now, this is what I find really fascinating. It's not just one thing or the other. It's a blend. It takes proven modern business methodologies like Six Sigma and ISO and merges them with these ancient, time-tested Vedic principles. So, for example, you have Vastu Shastra, which is basically the ancient science of architecture being used to optimize your office for peak performance. Then there's Business-Astrology, which isn't about fortune-telling, but about strategic timing, finding the absolute best windows to make your big moves. And karmic psychoanalysis is used to pinpoint those repeating challenges, those patterns that keep holding the business back. It's this fusion of old and new that's supposed to be the key.
So this isn't just a bunch of cool ideas thrown together. It's a very deliberate, structured process. Let's walk through the actual steps it lays out to help a leader get that clarity and find a path to scale.
Okay, so it breaks down into a 5-step journey, and it's pretty logical. Step 1, you figure out exactly where your business is right now, in its own unique growth cycle. Step 2, you pinpoint the real bottlenecks, both the strategic ones you might already know about and the energetic ones you probably don't. Step 3, and this one is a game changer, is all about timing. You align your biggest decisions with periods where success is most likely. Then in step 4, you get practical and optimize your actual workspace and operations based on those Vedic principles. And finally, step 5, it all comes together in a clear, actionable roadmap for sustainable expansion.
All right, so you do the work, you go through the process, you get everything aligned, but what's the payoff? What actually changes? You know, what does it look like on the P&L statement or in your next board meeting? Well, the outcomes are presented as being really simple, but also incredibly powerful.
And we're not talking about vague, feel-good stuff here. We're talking about concrete business results.
First up, sharper decisions. Imagine knowing the deeper currents of your business so well that you're not just reacting anymore. Instead, you're making proactive, strategic calls with a new level of confidence because you understand the real dynamics at play.
Next, stronger cash flow. And again, this isn't just about hoping for the best. It's the direct result of clearing out those unseen financial drains and timing your big money moves, like a huge investment or a product launch, to coincide with the most favorable cycles. Suddenly, your revenue stream starts to feel a whole lot more predictable and healthy. The third big outcome is what's called aligned growth. You know that feeling when growth is chaotic and forced? This is the opposite. It's growth that feels effortless, sustainable. It's like you're swimming with the current instead of against it. And when that happens, you start attracting the right people and the right opportunities, instead of having to chase them down. And finally, where does all this lead? To long-term authority. This is the big one.
You're not just playing the short game anymore, trying to win the next quarter. You're building an institution, a stable, respected powerhouse in your industry, because you're operating with a level of insight and foresight that your competition literally can't even access.
So, at the end of the day, this whole framework really points to a new level of leadership. It's a shift in perspective, where incredible success isn't something you wrestle into existence, but something that flows naturally from being deeply aligned.
And this quote, this just nails it. It brings everything together. When you get the timing right, the energy right, and the strategy right, when all three are in perfect sync, growth isn't just a possibility. It becomes inevitable. That's a powerful idea.
So this isn't just another tool for your toolkit. It's being positioned as a fundamental upgrade to your entire leadership OS. It's an invitation, really, to tap into a different, deeper kind of intelligence for navigating the crazy world of business today. And I guess that leaves one final question for you. Are you ready to start seeing the invisible forces that are shaping your company's future?